Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, July 24th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. Come on in, relax, have some fun. Whether you color or not, you're welcome to come in and enjoy our group. We are a coloring group, but if you're looking for companionship, hey, better than just turning on the TV and listening to that, right? So good to see everybody. I'm so glad you could make it. Welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and chat. Love to see ya. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who lurk. Hi lurkers. I'm waving at you. Hi lurkers. Oh my. Good to see my lurkers. I'm so glad you're there. And welcome to my YouTube viewers, of course. There we go. Hi Rhonda. So this live presentation goes to video both on Facebook and I upload it to YouTube as well. Hello, Maddie. Good to see everybody. Zoom in. Zoom in. There we go. Zoom out. Zoom out. Yes, Maddie, this is a beautiful coloring. And this was done through the group participation, basically. You guys called out the colors that you wanted. I colored. We had a good time. You'll need to let me know if you want me to do something like that again. Hey, I'm game. Why not? Better than being gamey, right? Okay, I've got a lot to cover tonight. No contest yet. We'll be getting there. Oh, Maddie, we had a good time. We did. I actually already have had a couple of people ask me to do it again. Fun. And I'm glad everybody had a good time. Okay, so we colored this. This is from Fairy and Fantasy 2 by Christine Karen. And a good time was had by all. Alrighty. Now, next thing I want to show you. This is from Fine Art Grayscale number 2. I'm playing around with this. And the thing that I wanted to show you, the technique that I wanted to show you is this. And it's specifically showing up on this particular lamp here. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. I used my circle template and I picked the size that highlights the lamp. And then I picked a circle size that was bigger, so I put my yellow in here, my darker yellow. And then I picked a bigger circle size and used lighter yellow on the outside. And that's what I did for all the lamps. See, you can see that lighter color. Everybody see that? So I wanted to give you that idea as a technique. Darker yellow, lighter yellow using a circle template. I thought it looked pretty darn cute. And I'll still be deciding about coloring the lamps themselves. Zoom out. zoom out, zoom out. Then I went ahead and I'm working on my little lamp lighter. And I did him in blue. I've got my yellow outline here to show the illumination of the lamps. Haven't finished him. I'll be working on the cape and the pole, and as you can see, zoom in, I'm going ahead and starting up on my buildings, and I'm making them the lighter lighter pastel colors. Let me grab some water here. Rhonda is familiar with this book. She got it. Hello, Angela. Hello, Amy. So I wanted to show you these techniques. I'm just playing around with this while I upload my videos, but while I do that, you know, then I'll show it to you. Zoom out. Okay. Then last night I was working with charcoal pencils. That's what this is. And you can see that it has a totally different look. Rhonda says she's obsessed with this book. So Amy's been coloring all day. Good. Glad to hear it. Just a little adjustment on the camera. So actually Rhonda got me into this book. I have volume 1. She got volume 2 and was showing me some of the hobo picture that she did an excellent job on. So I got volume 2, and then this is what I've been showing you with my charcoal pencils. You guys know I love to show you different techniques. Okay, I'm going to be working on this picture. This is from Fantasia by Nicholas Chandrawienata, I-E-N-T-A. Chandrawienata. Close enough. So I'll be playing with this one for you. Okay, now I'm going to wait and do anything with the charcoal because it gets a little messy. Now, I want to show you a book that I think would be helpful to you. Zoom out. Zoom out. This is Adorable Animals. Laura Jean, hello, welcome. Yeah, that lady will be fun. This is called Adorable Animals Grayscale by Jane Maday. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up, this thing is ridiculously thick. See how thick that is? Laura Jean, nice to see ya. And the thing about this book by Jane is she's got a segment on it called Learn to Color Grayscale. And the other reason that I like this book is because it's got fur. And you guys are all talking about wanting to learn fur, so I've been showing you that. Now, Laura Jean, refresh my memory. You've been here before, right? If not, let me know. I'm pretty sure you've been here. So this has an introduction to grayscale coloring. And the thing that I like about it is that she talks about coloring tools, markers, soft chalk pastels, watercolor pencils, colored pencils, and I'm going to write something in. I thought so, Laura Jean. Good. I'm so glad you're back. Okay, I'm going to write something else in here. Look. Eyeshadow. So eyeshadow, of course. So she did a comparison of coloring mediums, which is great. Brush markers, pastel, colored pencils, grayscale. And by the way, I do have this book in our affiliate list, and I posted it in the group. So it talks about combining mediums, which you guys already know about. And she talks about transparent versus opaque. Opaque example is soft pastels. Transparent is harder pastels. You know that your colored pencils are hard and soft. And that's right, you did ask me if I was going to frame the guy with the key. Yep. I did not. He went into my notebook. I love that key one. I had so much fun doing that. Yep, the lady with the bonnet. Yes, you did. Good. Wasn't he fun? And I love how his necklace actually is turning a little bit. That's fun. All the more reason why I'm glad to have you come back, Laura Jean. Because you're active. Good. Okay. So she talks about layering to create depth, which is, she does an apple. I do mine a little differently, but it doesn't matter. Now, she says coloring light to dark. And I'm going to add a little extra on that. Or dark to light. It was too pretty to hide in the book. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Laura Jean. So she talks about, she gives you a grayscale image to practice. She does the light first, medium, and then dark. And again, you can go dark to light, up to you guys. Okay. And then she talks about coloring fur, which is a really good example to have. And she gives you images to practice on. Now, I'm going to do a very, very fast page through this because I want you to see what kinds of images she has. So relax. It's going to be prompt. Oh, the paper on a scale from 1 to 10, I would say is about a 6. You hear that? It's pretty stiff. So I'm just going to go promptly. And I want you to see that it's not all necessarily fur. We've got feathers and flowers and buckets. Love the frog. Love the watering can. Remember I did the watering can for you guys? Oh, kitties. Yeah, that little boy with the keys. Yeah, that was a good one. Look at the little ducks here. So lots of opportunity, and the scarecrow with a little bird. So see, there's and the cardinal. Lots and lots of opportunity, guys, for your grayscale. But again, I want to show you something at the end. This is why I want you to hang out. Plus, of course, all the coloring I'm going to do tonight. Really nice stuff. If you want to look at a particular picture, you could go ahead and just stop the video when it goes to video. This is all flowers, and then our birds. Now, see this butterfly here? I could see, you know, those wood butterflies I showed you last night? I could see putting one of those wood butterflies on top of this one. Let me come in just a little bit more here. There we go. Could you guys see putting one of those wood butterflies on top of here? I think that would look really cool. I really do. So the images are great. Lots of cutesy stuff. The boots. Always a fun one to do. And look, you can see the shading on here. So that's very helpful. Guys, learn from Grayscale. Honestly, I think if people started with Grayscale when they first get into coloring, they'd be so much happier. Cute little bunny. So again, quick flip through. Oh, this is a very, very generous book. Oh, and it's perforated too. That looked really similar. I had to check it out. These cardinals would be outstanding to do. Pretty. And look at this watermelon, guys. Wouldn't that be gorgeous to do? Think of your possibilities on that. Pale red, pinkish red, a nice vibrant red. And then the, oh come on, I can't think of what flowers these are. Somebody help me here. It's on the tip of my tongue. And then these, I want to say petunias, garden boots. So animals, fur, good stuff to learn on. And look, just like the squirrel here, that would give you a really good idea how to do that. No, not a daisy, Nope, 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 nope. Zoom in. Not these down here. Beautiful well scene here. Morning Glory, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pearl. Pearly, hi. And look at this with the yarn. Oh my gosh, that would be so pretty. Look at that, the sleeping kitty next to the overturned pot. Talk about being busted. Oh, pretty. Okay, so almost to the end. Here's some more apples to practice on. Kitty cats. Look at this. Oh my gosh, guys. Little kitten hiding in the mailbox. Winter snow on stuff. TSC, too stinking cute. Here's a wooden watermelon. Okay, now, look at this. This is the inspiration gallery. This is what I really wanted you to see as well. Every single picture in here is shown colored. So this would be a wonderful, okay, now what's the word I'm going to use? A wonderful what? Somebody answer me on this. Starts with the word G. Come on, I know you know it. Next letter is U. Here's the next page. Guide. Thank you, Amy. It's a guide, guys. You don't copy it. It's a guide. You add your flavor to your pictures. So every single picture, ooh, I don't remember seeing this. Isn't that pretty? Every single picture is shown colored. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So I think this, and I love this one, like I showed you with the gray, yes, the pump that's got the gray on it and the green. Cute, 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 cute. And then there's your page about the author. So this is a very, very generous book, guys. So here's an idea for you. And again, if you want it, I've got the affiliate link in our group. Okay. We'll put Jane away now. So what did you guys think of the charcoal coloring I'm doing? You like it? Da-da-dum. Oh, wrong box, not sharpened. Maddie says she's in love. Okay. What book is this from? This is from, I normally write it on the back too. This is from Fine Art Grayscale 2. By Black River Art. Okay. Let me write that real quick on there. You're welcome, Maddie. Okay, so let me finish this up real quick. Now, I will tell you, Maddie, you will get messy with charcoal. And I'm specifically saying this to Maddie because she says she doesn't like to get her fingers dirty. All right. So I'm going to go ahead now and do the dock. And I'm going to start with my zoom in. with my lighter pencil. Okay, and guys, I'm going to make a very, very rare request to you. To everybody except Rhonda. And that request is, I've put a set of charcoal pencil up on my wish list. If somebody would consider getting it for the group, it's got multiple colors on it rather than just the 12. I would be very appreciative. And that'll give me some more some more expansion to do some colorings. My budget is not available for it until next month. So if somebody would be kind enough, that would be absolutely wonderful. Okay. Now, you still want to follow your light, medium, and dark coloring on grayscale, right? Okay. And now I'm going to use a medium brown and then a darker brown and a little bit of orange. Now, these pictures were painted. And that's what you're seeing here are these little dabs of paint that were then photographed. This picture was photographed and converted. This is what grayscale is. Oh, they're wonderful. Now guys, you gotta realize charcoal is a different medium. It's not like colored pencils at all, okay? And they're only good for certain types of books. And for this type of book, with this artwork, like I said, I've got book number 1 of this, and it is, oh, the artwork is just gorgeous. Okay, everybody see how I'm doing that? Questions for anybody, from anybody? So, all right, now look. There's not any medium, any gray. Okay, let me get back here a minute. There's not any medium colors in here, but you can go ahead and lightly, look at this, go over the spots on here and give that some texture. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. And one of the tricks is you flick your pencil with these charcoal. And see how that's making those colors. And now I'm going to take my dark pencil, zoom in, and now I'm going to take my dark pencil and go on my dark areas. See how I'm doing that? Okay, now, let me go back and do a medium here. I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to smudge this. Now when I smudge it, this is really important, guys, with charcoal. You don't rub it back and forth. You put your finger on and you move it like maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that. Because if you go like this, you're going to completely destroy your colors. So you want to barely touch it. What the box is for the pencil, zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, these are the zoom out. Okay, Pearly, these are the two brands, but they're identical. I was talking about that one night. I thought they were different colors. I had looked at the boxes for it, but these only have 12. But, and it's funny, they don't have the blue. These are the 12 colors that they have on these. This is not the larger set that I'm interested in getting. So if you get one or the other of these, you're getting the same thing, okay? So don't buy both. They were like $8. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom in. And now I'm also going to take, and this is fun too, I'm taking black. And guys, you don't have to press hard. You know, this almost makes me feel like a painter, you know. And like I said, when you smear, you've got to just teeny tiny movement with your finger. Okay, zoom in. So I'm going to put little touches of black on here. Not many. Zoom in. And then I'm also going to go ahead and highlight the black. Along the edge. Just a little bit. Anybody have any questions at all what I'm doing with this? And I'm going to get my medium brown, and I'm also going to put in that medium brown right next to this edge. And if you want to start out in charcoal, yeah, get the 12 box. And when I did the blue water, I used blue color pencil. Okay, cream color here, just for these barrels. I am absolutely in love with these pictures. And the neat thing is, guys, because they're charcoal, they drag on the paper when you use them. And it's a really neat feeling. Remember when you used to draw on the chalkboard? Kind of that feeling. Zoom out. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, now I'm going to take a sponge tip applicator, and as soon as I find my paper towel, oop, gonna sneeze, hold on. Excuse me. I'm going to take a sponge tip applicator Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to use the pencil itself. Now, guys, charcoal does not layer well. And right now, I'm layering this green on top of that light gray that I had put on there. And as you can see, it is not going down full color. Well, Wanda, hello and goodbye. Can't stay with us tonight? So just be aware that charcoal does not layer well. However, that is working for me and to my benefit, because I want this light green look on it, the gray and the green. Zoom in. Oh, have fun, Wanda. I'm sorry if I missed you if you said hello earlier, so hi and bye and have fun. Everybody see how cool that green is looking now? And because of the grayscale, the darker spots are coming up and giving it that weathered look that I want. Isn't that beautiful? All right. So let me finish my other boat. Same idea. It's giving me the layering effect that I want. And I'm going to put a little brown over that orange that I used last night. Okay. Any questions, comments? So I got to put a little more blue in between my mast so that my lines show up. And it's a little hard for me to guess where my horizon line is, but that's okay. And we'll go ahead and smear that, blend it just a little bit. Now the thing I want you to remember is that these images, guys, were not painted for the purpose of people coming back and coloring them. Zoom out. Which is perfectly okay. But I say that because I don't want you to get frustrated if you have to guess what is what. Alright? A lot of times the painter will make a dab of something just to indicate, for example, a whatever. And you shouldn't feel frustrated by that at all. Okay, lightest color charcoal. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do that roof. Zoom in. And I'm going to put a little bit of brown on top of that. Just a smidgen of it. Everybody see that? Oh man, I love these pencils. Too much fun. A little bit of brown there. Zoom out. So what do you guys think? Yay or nay? As far as the concept of charcoal pencils and coloring on stuff like this. Zoom out. Oh, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to introduce you to this new medium because I want you to have fun with it. See, now to me, that's ready for spraying. Let me grab my little eraser here. Hold on. Now here's a little touch, and this is the epitome of this whole thing. Zoom in. Hi Rita. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, see these little sailboats? I'm just going to take a teeny tiny swish. Boom. Done. Zoom out. And you'll probably want to do a little bit of cleanup on some of this. And what I want you to notice is I'm not really worried about filling everything in. Okay, I'm going to put a little color there. and a little color here. I want you to think like the artist, okay? In this case. And just put on little dabs of color for representations of what's going on. Oh, beautiful. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, now, there's a little bit of a learning curve with this stuff, but again, I have faith in you guys, and you know, what do I keep telling you? That I wouldn't show you what? I'm going to spray this because I want that charcoal to not smear. I love how this looks. Doesn't that look cool with that black? All right, let me spray this puppy, and that way my charcoal won't get all over the place. Hold on. Oh, what a pretty picture. And this took me, what, 2 nights to do this? Hi, Rebecca. So as soon as that dries, I'll put my initials on it, and then we're good to go. All right, I hope you had fun learning that. I hope it excites you, some of you anyway. And if you're not excited, that's okay too. All right, let me get my pencils back in the box. Maddie, I think you told me you've never worked with charcoal before, is that correct? And guys, both these sets for the color charcoal pencils are on the affiliate list. Maddie says she's not colored with charcoal. Maddie, I think you would have a ball with this. Zoom in. Pick one or the other. Like I said, guys, they're identical if you get them. Okay, new project. I didn't realize how excited about charcoal you guys would be. Zoom out. Zoom out. Well, let me take that statement back. I was hoping you would be excited by it. It's a new medium. Haha, no pun intended. Pearl says, Maddie, I wish you and I could sit at a table on a sidewalk and color away, but we need the supplies. Yeah. Okay. Boy, I'm really entertaining you guys tonight, aren't I? Hi, Annie. So this is from Fantasia. Do I remember who did the night picture? What were the colors on it? Are you talking about the one? Was that the one that that was on the card that was in blues and purples? Ah, okay. So that was Maribel Sanchez. And actually, that's something I'm going to be working on tonight because I was inspired by her picture. So it's funny you should say that. She did it by laying her colors down and then using the white highlights on it. That's actually something I'm going to play with tonight, inspired by her picture. All right. Oops, there's one of my green ones. Yes, those two knights that are fighting in the book. Yes. That's a cool picture. Let me flip to that real quick. This one here. Yep. I'm feeling inspired to do that one as well. We'll talk about that tonight. Okay. So let me get started on this picture for you. Boy, I've been running through a lot of colorings for you guys, haven't I? Yay. Fun. Okay, it's really highlighting with white is the key. So let me pull a rich purple. And let me pull a rich blue. And that's not it. That is a metallic, it looks like. Purple and blue together, guys, on a project look absolutely beautiful. Zoom in. Zoom in. So these are the two colors that I'm going to be working with to do that. And I'll be playing around with that concept of getting that sheen. Okay. So I'm feeling, let's see. Question comes up, where do you start? I think what I want to do is go ahead and start on my skin. And that will set, no pun intended, the tone of the picture. Zoom out. Zoom out. So this happens to be a pencil by Brett Funner. It's called Nude. Zoom in. There you go, Ashley. Ashley says, I have new nude eyeshadow palette for skin. I'm going to try it on this page. Eyeshadow would be absolutely perfect for this on the face. But remember, Ashley, you want a very light color because we're going to be coming back in and adding the darker shade for shadow. So your first color needs to be your lighter color. Now, the reason that I'm starting the face first, as I said earlier, is because I want to use it as a starting point for the rest of my coloring. I colored an area I shouldn't have. Hold on. I want to leave the eye area open at the moment because I want her to have very expressive eyes. Ashley, did you get the eye makeup applicators that I recommended? Okay. All right. So you did, and using those with your eyeshadow is going to make a beautiful, beautiful base color for your page. Good. So we have this nose piercing here, so that'll be perfect for a little gem thingy. And for anybody, well, for anybody in the room, if you have any questions, comments, telling me I missed a spot. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, so let's figure out where hair is. And see, as you put your basic color down, like I'm doing now, it starts to give you, giving you a roadmap as to what you're going to do with the rest of it. And actually, Maddie had done this when she did the Rainbow Forest. That's the same as the Disney book that has the picture off to the side. And what Maddie did when she was emulating the picture is she went ahead and did a light color version of each different area, and then went in and did her final shading and coloring. Okay. And Melba, if you're listening, hello, sweetie. I'm pretty sure you're listening because you said you listen every night. Love you. Okay. Zoom in. Zoom in. And guys, I don't care what level of coloring you're at. If you're brand spanking new and if you have questions, ask. This is why I'm live. And welcome to all my viewers who are not colorists, but who are watching for the enjoyment of it and the companionship. So glad to see you. Okay. Oh, I am feeling so relaxed and comfortable. I hope you guys are too. Okay, let's take a look at this. Oops, gotta do the thumb. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, everybody see now how this really gives us a nice roadmap for doing the rest of this? It just starts to give me my placement for my colors. Okay. Blender pencil very lightly. Blender pencil, da 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 da. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Very lightly. Make sure that your blender pencil is clean. If you're using eyeshadow, you won't have to do this step. And the other option that you have also, let me get that little spot here, is you can go ahead and use your mineral spirits to soften and blend it and make it nice and smooth. Up to you. And that depends on, let's see here, how well your paper is accepting your color. Let me play with something here a minute. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That'll dry. And don't forget, guys, that your paper will vary, so you can use your blender pencil on one paper with a particular pencil, and using the same pencil, same color on another paper, you'll get totally different results. And that's why you should get into the habit of testing your pencils somewhere in your book. And they'll usually give you a test page. La, da, da, dum. All right. Again, you want to blend, don't scrub, right? Zoom out. Okay, now I have decided while I was doing this, let's see. Give me a moment, please. I have decided, let's see what we got here. Ah, that's the one I want. That I am going to go ahead and go with a darker tone on the skin. Or African American. Or African East Indian. So let's see what we have for colors. All right, so this is my palette of eyeshadows that I got. These are all tans and browns. And I'm going to start with my lightest color, a very light tan. Beautiful. When in doubt, guys, start with your lighter color, okay? Same with your markers. Now, if you're coloring on a paper and you have eyeshadow and your pencil is not playing well nicely with your paper for some reason, it happens, then grab your eyeshadow and go over it that way to make a more smoother application. Oh, is that pretty? And I would suggest that you test your eyeshadows on a separate piece of paper as well. Doesn't have to be your coloring page. So you can use standard computer paper, and that way you can get a look at the color and see what's going to happen to it when you blend it. And honestly, sometimes I kick myself. You know, the only time, why bother doing large areas of skin with pencil? Do it with your eyeshadow. It'll look a lot better. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Hey, Lori. Hi. I'm sorry I missed you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Zoom out. Okay, now I'm going to take it a little darker. Zoom in. Lori says she's lurking. She's swatching alcohol markers. Cool. Glad to see you, Lori. Everybody see how beautifully that skin is turning out? What do you think? Now I'm still doing my base color. How many hours have I spent so far? Oh, Lori replied, oh, to back, okay, gotcha. Beautiful. All right. La, da, da, dum. Now, the key to having really fantastic looking skin is to have a nice smooth layering. And when you're doing darker skin like this, you can either do it in layers like I am, because remember your previous layer is going to impact your next layer. Now, I switched midstream here. I had started out with my basically a white skin color. So I've really got an extra layer that I don't need, but that's okay because it's really contributing to making this skin look beautiful. Now, one thing I would caution is don't mix brands of eyeshadow because you don't know how they're going to react. And at the moment, I'm not too worried about going outside of the lines because I'll clean that up. And what I want you to notice is by layering the colors, just like when you're doing your hair color, it gives that skin a beautiful, beautiful patina. So Ashley said, so if my ball is glowing, the back of her hands need to be darker than the inside and palms. Yep, you can do it that way. Good call, Ashley. It depends how you make the ball. If you make it glow, yes. If you make it a standard color, not necessarily. Okay. Let me do a little cleanup. Let's see here. Rhonda says, I think the eyeshadow you have on affiliate list is very good. Lots of colors. It was about 15 next month on your list. Okay. Yeah, this particular brand with all the browns in it, I don't know, it's not listed on the box, which makes me suspect that, I think it's called Glee or something of that nature. Zoom out. Oh man, what a pretty color. Yeah, Ashley, light source is not super tricky. You just need to think about what's going on in your picture. Here, let me show you something. Zoom out. See what I did on the policeman here? Now this is way too bright and I'll be adjusting that down. But Ashley, so if we have him facing all these lanterns, I had the light be lighter on his face and part way down his shirt. And I didn't do it down his pants because there's really no light down here. And what I'll be doing is I'll be blending in this yellow more to have it fade out. You should never leave it like, you know, this is just a stark line. And you know how I feel about stark lines, right? Now, technically speaking, we could do a little light source on his cape from here. I'm not really going to worry about it too much. I may put some light on his hat for these. Right. So, these lamps here, if you were to draw an arrow, see? It's where the light touches. That's exactly right. And in fact, you can see that when they did this painting, they made the top of his cap lighter because there were lamps on the top. And same here, this cape here, the outside is a little lighter in the back. Zoom in. Do you see that, Ash? And then it's darker inside of his arms because this light is blocked by his arm. So if you were to draw a little arrow there, it would be blocked, and that's why we have the shadow. That's all it is. Zoom out. So the light source, if you were going to make this a glowing ball, zoom in. The underside of the palms could be a little lighter. I really wouldn't, maybe a little bit, well, underneath the finger here a little bit. You know, don't go super nuts with it. This thumb here could go lighter. And this thumb over here could go lighter as well. No, I wouldn't do the nose. Maybe the neck a little bit, the chin. Yeah, don't go too far up with your light source. Well, let me backpedal a little bit. It depends how strong you want that light source to be. I mean, technically speaking, if you wanted to, you could draw like a little arc here and make the whole bottom half of her face lighter. Does that make sense, sweetie? It's what you want to do. If you want half her face, you know, maybe up to the nose, or yeah, up to the nose to be lit up and lighter, you could do it that way, certainly. Good thinking, Ashley. Anybody else have any questions about that? There we go. Okay. Look how cool that looks, guys. Zoom out. Zoom out. And if you end up erasing away a little bit of your eyeshadow when you clean up, no biggie. You can blend it back in. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, too, is on African American hands, the palms tend to be lighter as well. So that is another consideration for you. I'm so proud of you guys when you take this into account, this type of thing into account. But having said that, guys, I don't want you fixating on it. Okay? All right. So here's where we are so far. Any questions so far? Now, for some reason, I'm thinking that my flower in my globe should be blue. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But one thing that I need to keep in mind that Ashley also brought up is I want this globe to have a little bit of shine. So I'm going to put a teeny tiny bit of yellow. Oh, you didn't see that it was a flower? Okay. Either, Ashley, it could be mystical swirls. I mean, I'm kind of seeing it as a flower. Honestly, it probably is mystical swirls, to be truthful. So I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of yellow, zoom in. Ashley, I think you're right. I think it's just mystical swirls. What do you guys see it as? Anybody else care to chime in? Ashley, don't get caught up in absolutes like that. Actually, I like your idea a little better, and rather just make it all blue, I think I'm just going to make it different colors. Mystical swirls, okay. Good idea, Ash. Gassy, yeah, Maddie's thinking gassy swirls, yeah. I like the idea of swirls better instead of a flower. And you know, if you think about it, a flower probably wouldn't make sense anyway. Ashley, you saved my bacon. I'm surprised the rest of you didn't say anything when I started saying flower. And here I thought you guys loved me. In fact, it would be more fun to make it the swirls, I think. Okay, now I'm starting to rethink here. Whoops. Hold on, guys. I gotta go get something. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the epitome of why I love this group, because we work together on things like this. Okay, guys. Glitter gel pens. What do you think of that? Zoom in. Hold on while I tap my pen. Now guys, if you have a gel pen that misbehaves, hold it about 2 inches above like a wooden table and drop it and bounce it back into your hand. And that'll free up that ink. That's the tapping sound you just heard. Now, if you don't have gel pens, use glitter. Look at that. Woo, woo, woo. What do you guys think of that? Ashley says she has glitter nail polish that she uses on fairy wings. Might go over the top with that. Perfect. Think outside of the box, guys. Next thing, one of you guys are going to tell me that you used ketchup to stain the color, to stain a spot on a page, and then wiped it off. And I know that Rhonda's got a bunch of gel pens because that's all what she used to color with, right, Rhonda? So Rhonda's probably going to be chomping at the bit. Yeah, I'm joking about the ketchup. Please do not use ketchup, guys. Maribel, hello. Oh, well, everybody please welcome Maribel. She's one of our visiting artists. Maribel, you inspired me. I'm going to your beautiful night on the playing card, on the Joker, I believe you had that one, with your purples and blues. You inspired me, and I'm going to work up purples and blues on this particular piece. I was hoping you'd be here tonight. We were talking about you tonight. We were discussing how beautiful your picture is. Hey Maribel, would you do me a favor? Rhonda Green was curious on how you were able to create the metallic glow. Oh, of course, good things, sweetheart. She was curious on how you were able to achieve that metallic glow on your piece. And I told her that you were taking advantage of the white. Yeah. Zoom out. Zoom out. She wants to do this picture in the same book that she's got, which are these knights. So that's why she's interested. And Rhonda, do you see how it's got the very black in here? That's what Maribel's talking about. So you have that dark, and then the medium, and then the light, and that's what gives you the glow. And then on top of the shield, for example, you could put a little bit of yellow on there. Zoom in. Zoom in. So what we're working on right now is a mystic. And I'm working on her ball. Hey Maribel, how would you feel about an impromptu tutorial on how to do that? Would you be willing to teach that in my group? Do you have your coloring things with you now? Or how about tomorrow night, maybe Sunday night? When would be a good time? Oh, a tutorial about how you got that metallic look. Oh man, look how beautiful that looks, guys. La-da-dum. Oh, Maribel, I'm so sorry that you were having a nightmare. Well, I'm so glad that you came into the group. Just sit back and relax and watch what I'm doing. Nightmares are not fun. Okay, now with your metallic pen, don't forget to cover your edges. Yeah, if you want to go ahead and get dressed and join, totally up to you. Just throw on a top, and because you said you don't want to go back to sleep, fine. If you want to do an impromptu, that'd be wonderful. Peeps, are you up to an impromptu tutorial for Maribel? Love to have that. Okay, notice how I'm coloring over the lines. Yeah, we're mostly in our PJs. You'll have to tell her that when she comes back. Oh, that's cool, Ashley. You're right. Give me a second and I'll show it on camera. Zoom out. Look at this, guys. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, Maribel, that's fine. Just take your time to set up however you want to set up. We're all in our PJs. I'm not in my PJs, but that's okay. Now this is the pirate I'm going to be doing for you guys. Ashley, is this the night that you're talking about? Okay, well just let us know, Maribel, and if not tonight, we can do it tomorrow night. Is that the one you're talking? Okay, what about, is it this one? Okay. I'll find it. Aha. That one, right? Good. That'll be gorgeous done. Oopsie. Zoom in. All right, we'll see if Maribel can get set up tonight. We are in no rush, Maribel, if you're still listening. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay, don't forget to go over your lines. So what do you guys think about this glitter pen so far? Okay, let me pull this. Okay, Lori says she really, really likes the look of the pen. Okay. And you all see why I'm going over the lines, right? Reminds Ashley of marbles. Yeah. Exactly. Now, if you get into your pencil that I put on the outside, which is for that yellow, to make it like glowy, just wipe your pen off on your paper towel. Aren't you glad you guys attended tonight? If we can get Maribel in here live. Oh, how pretty. My gosh. Good question, Lori. The Tenement pens, I think they are. They're the Tanimet, T-A-N-I-M-E-T. You get 120 colors, and then they have duplicates for refills. If not, get in touch with me, and I will be glad to send you that directly by messenger. Oh my gosh, guys, how beautiful. All right, let's see what we can do now. Yeah, the Tanmit, T-A-N-M-I-T gel pens are very, very good pens. And like I said, I think it's 120 pens, and then they give you one refill for each pen. And the pen and the refill are marked. And the funny story is, when I bought them, they hadn't done that, and so I have no idea what refill goes to what pen. I've got to try and visually match it. Which is funny. Okie dokie smoky. La-da-dum. Oh, pretty. Okay, Lori. If you can wait, I will text you that link. And I will do that. Yeah, I'll do it right after tonight's broadcast for you. Yeah, look on the rating of them. They're rated beautifully. And I appreciate your patience in waiting, because of course that helps our group. Oh man, this looks so pretty. Yeah, ratings are almost 5 stars and they're inexpensive. Exactly. And my gosh, for what you get from them, let me put it to you this way. That's the brand that I'm using as we're speaking. And these pens are probably a good 2 to 3 years old. And they're still working beautifully, as you can see. I even did a video on YouTube on how I cataloged my pens. Are you guys seeing how ridiculously gorgeous this ball is turning out to be? And again, I'm covering the lines as much as I can. I mean, for these puppies to work, what, after 2 years or so, that is impressive. And the colors are very, very rich. As you can see. And I'll tell you what, I'm loving doing this project for you because it's allowing me to show you a lot of different ideas. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Hey, I've taught you charcoal coloring. I've talked about how your light source. I'm showing you how to do indigenous skin. Yeah, gel pens and eyeshadow. Whee! Oh man, beautiful. Zoom out. Zoom out. Isn't that ridiculously pretty? All right, let's see what other trouble I can get into here. Now, some of my colors, I'm having a little trouble getting started. I'm not worried about that. Again, for the amount of time that these little puppies have been in storage and not used. There we go. Here's an orange. All right, zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Now, as you've noticed, or should notice, I haven't let one color duplicate itself next to each other in these empty spots. So in other words, I don't put the same color side by side. They're all in different locations. That's what I meant to say. So in other words, I wouldn't put orange up here because I've got this orange coming into it there. And guys, these are the details I want you to think about when you're doing this stuff. Oh man, this is going to be so ridiculously pretty. And the other thing I want to point out to you is for every color that we've used now, in the ball, that now opens us up to being able to use that color in the rest of it. Right? Oh, pretty. And again, I'm taking my time to make sure that my colors are even with my gel pen, because yes, it makes a difference. There's something very satisfying about coloring with gel pens. It's kind of the same feeling I was getting with when I was coloring with the charcoal pencils. Zoom out. All right, one more color. One more color. So what do you guys think so far? You like it? All right, hold on here. So Lori says, I think these pens would be great in your grayscale books, especially for my flowers and birds. Yeah, you got to be careful because you can't blend them. So you just need to be careful how you use them in grayscale. Zoom in. Excuse me. Okay, last color. Zoom in. All right, let's get this little swirl. Yeah, and stained glass, line drawing stained glass. Okay. Oh man, beautiful. All right, let's get this last area filled in. Hopefully Maribel can come back in. But if not, I will ask her to do a metallic demonstration. And that way, Rhonda, you can go ahead and use that technique on your knights. Hold on, that may be her now. Hold on. Sit tight. Yep, that's her. Oops, it says the guest declined the live video. Okay, ask again, Maribel. Yeah, just send it again, please. Okay, Maribel, you had one request come through, and when I responded, it said the guest declined. So go ahead and try again, sweetie. Okay, let's try again. And it says adding the guest. All right, it says guest declined, sweetie. Maribel, turn your iPad and see if that's it. Okay, Maribel, it's got to come from you. So you need to send the request, and then I just approve it. Okay, let's try her again. Okay, meanwhile, Maribel, it still said it says the guest declined. It may be the orientation of your iPad. Zoom out. Oh, not possible with the phone. When I rotate it, you cannot join. Oh, okay. zoom out, zoom out. All right, what do you guys think so far? And sit tight, we'll work on getting Maribel on here. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Okay. So there is her ball with glitter pen. So that'll give you an idea right there about your coloring. All right. Excuse my arm, I'm just putting my pens away so I don't scatter them. I am having way too much fun with this, I'll tell you. Okay. So while Maribel's getting situated, I'm going to go ahead and start working on these edges. Zoom in. Zoom in. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my very outside edge. With my dark purple. Now this happens to be a Prismacolor 933. And I'm just going to color a portion of this so you can see what I'm going to do with the color scheme. So I'm going to start with my purple. And that'll be towards the very outside. And I'm going to let that purple dip in a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my blue. Now you want to really take your time if you have this particular picture, because we want to keep these circles as clean as possible. Now I'm also, because I'm working with my purples, I'm going to use the second shade of purple. And remember, purples come in shades of blue and red, okay? And this will all make sense in a minute. Now remember, when you're working on this and it gets cut off like this, you've got to keep your distance as though that entire image were still there. So don't lose your perspective from that standpoint. So I'm laying down my base colors, and I am using, these colors are pretty robust. And I want them that way. And again, this will make sense in a minute. So I have two purples and a blue that I'm working with. And I'm going to make sure that everything is smoothed out. And then I'm going to start working on blending my purples into the blue. And notice that I'm taking a white pencil and I'm going ahead and I'm starting to muddy that line between my purple and my blue. And if your blue gets too light, you come in with your purple now and you ease that color into your blue. Everybody see how I'm doing that? I want that dividing line to disappear. And notice how I'm moving that purple right on top of my blue. Okay, Maribel, sure. Send your request and we'll see if we can get you in. And I'm keeping my little areas very clean here. Everybody see how this is merging together? Any question? So Maribel, go ahead and send your request. And as soon as you do that, I can accept it and we'll see if we can get you on. And you see now how this is starting to look. Now notice here, I'm using the lighter blue to go over that line where the two colors come together, and that's getting rid of it as well. You want to blur that line between the two colors. All right, let's see if we can get you on here. Okay, Maribel, it said no answer. From the video guest. Do you have your tablet turned the right way? Yeah, in this case, yes, I am going to keep the lighter blues towards the bottom all the way around. Now, if you don't want to do that, Ash, that's fine. And what that would mean is your lighter blue would be in the center and your darker is on the outside. Your choice. So yeah, Maribel, it rejected it right away. Oh, you were thinking galaxy? Perfect. Have at it. That would look cool. In fact, it's funny you should say that because I was thinking about putting some dabs of glitter on this to make it look that way. So guys, what Ashley's talking about is she's talking about mixing the blues and the purples. Okay, try it again, Maribel. Okay, here we go. We're trying again. And it's connecting. Hi.
Great.
We got it. We got the connection.
Yes, finally. How are you, ILene?
I'm doing okay. Let me get rid of any background sounds so that we can hear you. Hold on.
Hey, look what I bought. See?
There we go. Oh, there you go. You've got your earpiece. Okay, so the question is that came up from Miss Rhonda was how you created the metallic or the shine on your soldier that you were doing on the playing card.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to show you some pages that where I have colored metal so that you see the technique. Okay? I hope that you
Yes,
can you speak?
Can you speak just a little bit louder, please?
Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, your voice is naturally soft, so we just need to get you to speak just a little louder.
Okay.
Just pretend I'm tickling you on the sides.
Sorry, I'm sorry. This time it was all in the habit. Okay. Now I need you to tell me if you can see this well. Or you need more light, okay? Okay. This is a page I use for practicing metals. It's Joey, okay? Can you hear me?
Pretty much. You just need to speak as you know, loudly as you can. Okay, so to create the metallic look, you have on that flower. So we're looking at that center flower with the gold on it. Is that you want to put the white, you put the white on the outside, and then you worked darker colors going towards the center until basically you've got that black.
Yes, I use this page by Hannah Carson from the book Summer Nights to practice.
Okay, so the book is Summer Nights. Okay.
This one. To practice method, and I try to turn every flower in a different kind of method to practice. So what I learned doing this is that the method have a great contrast. And this, for example, silver, you have metals have black and white very close to each other. I did it with silver, gold, and I think that this is copper and where I don't remember, bronze. Is it all right? So basically, you make things glow brighter when you are darker colors around. So if you want something to shine, you need a black mirror. That is a secret. And erase the lines with a white gel pen where it shines. Okay?
Okay, so to repeat what you said, you need to have the darker on the outside, and then you want that little white area around each flower, like the one on our left, that little pink flower. And then you have the white centers, and that ends up creating that, in that case, that creates that metallic, shiny look. So the whole idea is to have the shiny look by having the contrast between the black and the white and the intermediate colors.
Yes.
Also, if you look in the lower left-hand corner where Maribel just put her hand where that yellow flower is, right, correct. Notice that you have the black on the outer edges, and then you have the yellow gold, well, you have a brown, and then you've got that gold coming in. So now we're progressing towards the center, and then you have that white center, and then you reverse the process going back towards the center of the flower, where you go your yellow, your brown, and if you wanted to, a little more of the black.
Okay, this uh, this space I was left without color because it looks much more natural if you don't color it than if you use a white gel pen. And there's not a white pencil white enough to do this work. So use only the white gel pen 4 lines and leave white the spaces we want to shine. Okay,
Okay, so the areas that you want to shine, that yellow flower that she's showing in the corner, you want to go ahead and put that smudge of white around the outside, and that is also creating the illusion of the shine.
Yes.
So what everybody needs to understand, and Maribel, correct me if I am wrong, is it's not the fact that you are using metallic pens or pencils or anything of that nature. You are using the contrast of the very dark in the corners, for example, and then that shine around the outside.
Yes.
And notice, everybody, where her hands are at the bottom on our right, her left, that there is that pinkish flower that also has the dark, yes, perfect, the very dark edges. And then she came in with, so probably very dark gray, or if you're careful with your black, and then you want to come in with a somewhat darker pink, a lighter pink, and then we've got that white in the center. Does that make sense to everybody in my group? So let me know. Am I correct, Maribel, in what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. I'm just repeating what you're saying so everybody can understand.
Yes, you're doing great. Okay, this was my first time coloring metals. After this, I learned a bit more. For example, the metals shine randomly. So sometimes I invent the places where they shine or not. This golden crown, okay, as the crown is rounded, it cannot be yellow everywhere. That's impossible because metal reflects the shadows it has around. So when you color a ring or a crown, you have to remember to add some dark parts on it. And
Okay, so what Maribel is saying there is you don't want to have the gold color all the way around. Could you lower the picture just a little bit, Maribel, please?
again, perdón,
Yeah, just lower it down.
uh, the table.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's okay. Oh, there you go. Good, 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 good. Okay, so notice now that she has used the darker areas on the crown, and then she has surrounded that with the white. Now, if you look on the right hand side of the crown, let's see. So if you look at the far right, there's that little point, and then there's another point coming in, and then there's the third point. I'm talking about the third point. And notice that she's got the black on the left, outlining that black, and then she pulled in a little bit of the yellow, and then she's got the white on the to our right, on the right hand side. So Rhonda wanted to know how that works with grayscale, and that is the same principle. On the grayscale colorings, it will somewhat depend on how the author has shaded the grayscale. But the point is, Rhonda, if you use a very light color, especially like the white or a very light color, and contrast that with the black, that's where you're going to see the shine. Maribel, could you put that picture back up, please? Okay. And could you raise it up a little bit because I want to show, yeah. Okay. Now look at her breast. So her breast, which is to our left, Maribel's right, she's got the very dark shading in between the breast. It is on the right hand side of our left breast as we are seeing it. She's got the black all the way around the outside, but notice it gets very skinny and then goes a little darker and a little more colorful right underneath the ruffle. And then she's got the red coming in from the outside of the breast, so I would call that maybe a medium red. And then she went to a lighter red, and then on the very center, which really almost looks like a nipple, it's got the white. And what that does is that makes it look like there is a lot of shine on there. So the key, everybody, is that you want that high contrast between everything. Um, look at where also, folks, the dress bunches up on the waist, and you can see the black. Yeah, the black on the waist, and then she's got the white on the very top are a very light pink, and in between those white areas, she's got the shading of either, well, the gray and a very darkish pink. So that's what's making everything look very shiny. Is the key is the contrast between the white and the black.
Yes.
Yeah. And also look at her shoulder. Also to our left, Maribel's right, is she's got the darker gray. Now notice on the very outside, however, is that white. So she's got white, then she's got the gray, a little bit of gray shading, pinkish color, and she's working that lighter color going in towards the white, and the white is making also that skin look very luminous is the word that I want, luminous and white. As well as look at her arm below the ruffle on the dress, same principle, dark towards the outside. It's on our left, her Maribel's right, that she's got the darker gray. Oh, perfect, Maribel. Thank you. Darker gray towards the outside, very skinny, however. And she's working the colors in lighter, 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 and then the very bright white. So the thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, Maribel, but the thing that makes the shine is the contrast between the very dark and the very light.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes. If you want something to look like metal, you have to use contrast always. And this dress.
Okay.
This
Now,
dress, sorry.
before you go away, one more thing,
Yes.
if I may. Could you show us the picture close up where the necklace is?
Where? Sorry, again.
Just come closer to the camera on the necklace, please.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Now, look at, if you could, oh, perfect. Okay. Notice on her breasts where Maribel has used an abundance of the lighter shade, the whiter shade, and then in between her breasts, she's got the lighter pink, and then she took it down to both purple and the black. And so that creates, the key words here are high contrast. Look at the neck muscles also. She's got that white on the neck muscles, and then she's got the darker colors that are going on either side of it, but mostly to our left, Maribel's white, right, is she's got on that left, I'm sorry, yeah, to our left, on that left neck muscle, is she's got that lighter color, and then she's got the darker colors right next to that.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
My tablet is going to run out of battery. I was trying to charge it.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Now, Maribel.
See?
Yeah. Put your picture down for 1 second.
Yes. Again.
Yeah. Go ahead and put your picture down. Lay it flat. Lay it flat on the table because I want to show something. So we can see you. We want to see you. Okay. Now, I want you guys to look. Maribel, if you could put your hand down for 1 second because I want to show them something. Look at Maribel's neck, okay? If you look at her neck where that shading is, oh, it's perfect. Okay, don't move. All right, to our right, Maribel's left. Everybody see how that light is catching on her breastbone on the top? And see that very light white. Can you see yourself on camera, Maribel?
Again, please.
Okay. Can you see yourself on camera?
Yes, again.
Okay. So if you look at Maribel, underneath her chin, you see those two bright white spots on her collarbone. And you also see it going up to her neck on our left, her right. And that contrast is what makes her skin now shiny, and it's not necessarily a metallic look per se, but you can see that contrast and how beautifully it shows all the different lines and um, divots and the color contrast in her neck. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you want to aspire to when you're coloring. Now, if you also notice to our right and her left, her chin is throwing a shadow on her left part of her neck, and you can see that it's very dark right under that loop of her hair, and then it gets a little bit lighter. It's just because of the way she's sitting, but it gets a little bit lighter as it goes towards her skin, her chin. So what I want you to notice as you're watching this video, to see the different shades, because when you're coloring something, if you were coloring Maribel, you wouldn't see all these colors. It would just be a flat line drawing. Now, if you look at her face, look at her face and her nose. Her nose, on the very tip of her nose from one side, she's squinching her nose now. Quit that. Okay, now hold still for me. Okay, if you look at her nose, and you can see on the very bottom of her nose, excuse me, all the way from left to right, you're seeing a line of white. Everybody see that? Give me little up thumbs on the you know, comment thing. And then as you see her nose, you can see on her left, our right, that you can see it's a little bit darker, okay? And you can see the shade going underneath her eye just a little bit, but you can see that darker shade on the side of her nose. Everything that you are seeing on her face is what gives your pictures contrast and color. And if you also look, that when she has that pretty smile of hers, you can see the lines of the smile. Look on either side of her mouth as you see the little divot, and then you see the high spots on her chin, and where her skin on her left, her skin is a little bit darker, and that's where you can see the depth and the dimension. So your face is perfect for that, Maribel.
I mean, and I just have a last advice, okay, for coloring myself.
Okay.
The, the last advice I would say is using textures to get that look. There's a trick, yeah, I said right. There's a trick to make metal look like metal and skin remain like skin, and it varnishing the colors. When I color metal, I varnish the colors with white on top. So the look is smooth. Maybe closer you can see it like not not so smooth, but when you look at it from a distance, it can really seem to look metal. But when you color skin, his skin is not varnished. It's just using a pencil, but not using white on top. But I always
Okay.
use white on top of metal. It makes
Okay.
yes.
All right. Now what I want to show you, and I will repeat what she said. So if you'll keep that picture up, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Notice now, look very closely, peeps, is that when she colored this, she put her darker colors on to our right, because we're seeing this backwards, our right, her left. So the darker colors are going from right, and then it lightens up towards the left. And if you will notice that that white that she's putting on there, she's varnishing it with the white pencil.
Yes.
That's what she's saying. That white pencil is what is making that piece look like it is shining. Does everybody see that? So I would encourage you. Now, she said she didn't do it on the beard, okay, because you're not really going to get any shine. And also notice that on the cheeks of the knight, the front part of the cheeks are going to be lighter than the back part towards the helmet. So the key to coloring this is to add that white. Look at where on his arm you see where his shoulder is, and the blue and the purple come down into that little rippled area. Notice that Maribel did two things there. On each individual, I'm going to call them little shingles, for lack of a better word, little shingles. She colored each shingle darker to lighter from our right to left, from her left to her right. And she took the time to do that, and then she emphasized each little shingle with that white. So don't be afraid to use that contrast. Now, the only place that she made that exception is by her finger. So don't move your finger, Maribel, hold still. If you see that very right-hand side shingle that she put the white on the right, our right, and then put the darker color on the left-hand side of those last two roundish shingles. And then if you look on the very outside, she outlined the knight with that white. So that is why you are seeing that metal illusion. It's an illusion, is what it is.
Yes, when you are going to decide where to follow the darks, you have to choose first where the light is coming from. This page particularly has 5 different lights coming onto the character, and I have to respect the lights that are coming. So if you let me, I will explain the lights, and that will be all. ILene.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is critically important, peeps, is that you need to know exactly where that light is coming from.
Yes.
Because that is where you're going to add your abundance of white, and that abundance of white is what's going to make your pieces look like metallic.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest that you do, let me see if I can do this on my screen. Okay. What I would suggest that you would do, let me get a piece of paper. Okay. So what I would suggest that you do is that you draw a shape or a square. Okay. So there's your shape. Okay. I'm going to do this really quick. Let's see if I can do this to make the point. So we've got the purple and the blue. Let's see if I can pull this off for you really quick. Now understand, understand this is quick, guys. So bear with me. Okay, so here's our purple. I'm not even going to blend this with a blender pencil. And then I'm going to take a darker gray. And again, guys, this is very impromptu. I'm not even sure I can pull it off for you, but we'll see. So I'm going to take this darker gray. I'm going to finger blend it, okay? And then I'm going to take a blue. And again, bear with me here. Maribel, you can laugh.
I prefer to be laughing with you than sleeping and having nightmares.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly, I'm not even sure I can pull this off. Hold on. So I'm doing a very quick, and see what Maribel would do is she is letting that gray come out lighter and lighter and lighter. Okay, so that's what she's doing here. If I pull this off, this will be a miracle, I'm telling you. Okay, so then I'm going to just round this a little bit. This is going to be one of those do as I say and not as I do things. Oh my. And then I'm going to put a very, very light blue here. And then I'm going to take my white pencil. Now it's going to come out a little bit, nope. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. All right, do you get the idea, guys? Here, let me try this real quick. Give me one more second here. So the light is coming from the right hand or left hand side. And this is what would be very white. Okay, does that kind of show you the concept, guys? Or are you all falling over laughing? So this is kind of it, throwing it together, okay? So look at her picture and look how that white is really, and then let me add one more thing. So see, this is where you're going to add your white. So I've got to try and redeem myself a little bit here. So this is where you're going to add your white.
You have to add white all over the car or a blender. Make it smooth.
So this is kind of sort of it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, don't fall over laughing at me. That's the general mechanics of it. Okay. All right. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take that away quickly. Oh, Maribel, thank you. Anything else you want to show us before we pop off?
Just a light?
Yeah. Any other drawings that you want to show us? Coloring?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I have two more, but they are big old and well gold here was not so well done, right?
Okay, beautiful. Now look at her her shield, I'm sorry, what am I trying to say? Her armor. Look at her armor, guys. All right. Same principle. Maribel, could you move to your right just a little bit? No, keep that up. Keep the lady up, please. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so notice again the dark brown in the very center between her two breasts, and that going out towards the yellow. So we've got a little bit of light, yellow light there. And then notice the abundance of the what? The white. And that's what's doing it, guys, is that white is making that look like metallic. And then as it goes out to the sides, she, underneath the arm, is she went ahead and she put some, looks like some light purple and the browns on the very outside. And what that does is that focuses your eye on the white sections, and that is telling your brain that that's metal. Now, interestingly enough, look at the purple dress that she's in. By putting the white on top, and you've seen me do this, and being abundant with the darker colors in the folds, that is looking beautifully as fabric. So your brain, when you're looking at something like this, tells you that that bottom part, that dress is a dress and it's fabric, that it's not metal, and that the gold part is metal, and that it looks like it's shiny because, again, of all the white. And notice in the very center of the armor where all the decoration is, Maribel went at an angle a little bit, and she's got the darker at the bottom, and then in the very center of that decoration where it's a little busier, she's got the darker on the bottom, and then she's got the lighter yellow, and then she's got the two strokes of white, and then it goes back to the dark on the outside. So that's what's making that look like a metallic sheen. Is that correct, Maribel?
Yes. Another, I think I would take into account is that metal always reflects what it has in front. So here on top of gold, I color pink.
Yes. Yes. And what she said was she colored, the metal reflects the color. And so she put a little bit of purple shade on that metal because that's the reflection. And again, guys, remember, please keep this in mind. When you're coloring, you are suggesting to the observer what's going on, and they are going to fill in the blanks. So when you look at that gorgeous picture by Maribel, it suggests fabric, it suggests reflection, because think about it, this is pencil, it's wax, it's color, it's wax, it's not metal at all, but your mind is telling you that that's metal, and that's what makes this piece, what pulls it off beautifully. So again, what I want you to see, look at the little angel wings to your left, Maribel's right, that on that top part, on the right shoulder, that it's got the darker part in the center, the brown, the gold, and then it's got the two patches of white, and then it goes back to the brown and the gold and the brown and the gold as it gets closer to the edges. Does everybody see that? And that'll give you that idea how that's working. And then if you'll notice too, is she put little splotches of white around the outside to make it look fairyish and light and fairyish. That's the best color. That's the best description. And then I want to say one more description, Maribel.
Mm-hmm.
Maribel, could you move to your right just a little bit? Nope, other way.
My left.
No problem. Okay. Look at the other fairy wing. Could you come down just a little bit, Maribel, please? Perfect. Okay, do you see, guys, where on that other wing, it's got the brown and the gold towards the ends, right in the middle there, that long one, and then it's got all that white in the center. So that is what is making your reflection, and that in this case is really making that gold pop because it's suggesting gold. Beautiful, Maribel. Thank you. That is absolutely wonderful. I really appreciate you popping on tonight out of the blue like this. I'm so glad that you came into our group when you did so that you could show this.
My pleasure. Always.
All right. I'm going to say goodnight, Maribel.
Yes.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
¿Tiene ustedes un bien noche?
Buenas noches. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. You take care now.
Yes.
All right. Good night, Maribel.
Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad you were able to stay. And I hope that the explanations worked well for you. All right, guys. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Love you guys. I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Take care. Bye-bye.